cryptopapa.
Happy weekend! Welcome to Cryptopapa, where crypto is hard, but Papa makes it easy. My name is Conan. Once again, thank you very much for joining us back for another video. This is where we talk about crypto news regarding crypto and also some of the technicals, analysis on the cryptos that we are signaling for you daily. Of course, this is not a financial advice, so please do your own due diligence and of course, your risk management. Before we begin, please help us to like, share and subscribe to support the community, and let's jump right into the market. The very first thing to do in the morning is to look at the BTC.D chart. This is a 4 hours time frame, and currently this is a pitfall dropping hard all the way to our predicted strong support and resistance area. Currently the value is standing at 60.94%. And why this is the strong support or the resistance area? Because based on the previous chart, on the previous candlestick, we are seeing a very nice setup of the current previous support. This is a previous resistance, the previous resistance, a previous support area. This is why we predict this is a very strong trend line. This is a very strong last defense for the BTC dominance to continue to fall. But before that, it has to be retest. If the retests are succeed, we will see the BTC dominance will going back to the upside. Otherwise, it will still continue to drop all the way to our last prediction on the previous video. This is at 57%. So this is just a quick recap for the market to see how is the daily market doing. Jumping off to BTC, the Bitcoins, the major crypto that we need to see, because this will affect all the altcoins on all the moving, all the trend for the altcoins every day. For the current BTC, this is an accumulation phase. This is still under the triangle. This is the accumulation where all the contraction are shrinking. So just now it has successfully breaks off, but this is a fake one. This is a false breakout. And currently we are still waiting for the real breaks off to the entry point where we enter the position. And for the current TP, we are looking all the way back to the previous all-time high. Once the accumulation are ready, we will see the bullish momentum starts to rocket once again. Next, moving on to AVAX. AVAX is a very strong looking bullish candlestick setup. So moving on to AVAX. AVAX is currently looking ultra bullish for the current situation. On the 4 hour timely chart, this is a double rounded bottom. This is where we are looking ultra bullish for the long direction setup. So on the 1-to-1 ratio TP, we are looking at the final targets at 35.83. And once again, once the candlestick has yet to complete the final structure and has yet to pump up to the entries level, we do not open any position, because sometimes a false breakup might occur. We need to prevent the bull trap. We need to prevent all the institutions that are trapping us, the retail investor, because we don't want to lose the money. We need to trade smart. This is how we trade, because we need to wait for the candlestick to break off the entries level and to retest successfully before we see a real bullish setup. So moving on to the next, the Nairo. So just 2 hours ago, Nairo has skyrocketed all the way to the third TP, and on the next candlestick, it has dropped rapidly back to the entries level. This is what we call a valid retesting are confirmed. So we are still looking to the bullish in this case, and this is what we call the OB, the order block. What does that mean? This means that the order block is what we call the accumulation, where many people, all the retail investor, all the institution, and of course the wealth, everybody are started to accumulate, to accumulate all the money, all the ranging, to confirm the next movement once the accumulation has tightening up. And this contraction, one of the accumulation structure that we are currently seeing in the Nairo. So that's one thing that I wanted to share with you. This is a very nice game. This is what we call the green light, red light, where it has been introduced on the Netflix, the Squid Game. So how do we use this purpose on the trading setup? It's very simple. Once the candlestick has been broken off through the entry section, once we are seeing a profit, we can move the SL to slightly just above the entry to make sure that you don't lose money once the candle has been hit all the way back to this section. This is one of the ways to save your position from losing money. So once you are seeing the candlestick has reached the first TP, remove the SL to this area slightly above the entry, because if you are opening on futures trading, you have to pay for the fee. You have to pay a small sum of the fee to the market makers. So this is a reason that we need to put somewhere just slightly above the entries level so that you don't lose even more money. So the other reason is that we wait for the candlestick to move, to climb up each and every stage of the TP. So whenever the candlestick has reached a new TP or a slightly higher, we can continue to move the SL until the candlestick retrace back to your SL. So in this case, you are still earning, you are still profiting from this trade. You don't lose. It's better than you just do nothing and you just fix your SL in this area, because sometimes the trend are shifting fast. We don't know how, or we don't even know how is the market doing the next moment. It may go up immediately or it may comes down at any given time. So it's the best for you to move the SL once you got the profit to save your position. Moving on to the AGLD. For the current AGLD has already been hit on the first TP, but there's still more gap for it to chase to the last profit area. So you can still buy on spot if you want, and we wait for the candlestick to reach to the upper side, because the market are moving so fast that the trend keeps on changing every day, every single moment. So we need to stay vigorous, we need to stay alert, and we need to keep our eye on the market. We need to see if the situation has been changed or not. So you need to learn how to see the chart, how to see the crypto market. We need to see how the institutions are doing so that we don't lose the money. So moving on to ACE. For the current 1 hour timely setup, this is a 2 contraction pattern, and hopefully we are waiting for the next contraction so that we can readjust the chart to reduce the risk. Otherwise, we are seeing for the current candle to see if possibly we can once again challenge the current entry level. If it starts to break off and retested with a successful, a valid retesting, only then we are looking for the bullish. So moving on to Flocky. For the short-term target, we are looking at the current ascending triangle setup, where once the candle has been broken up, we enter the position and we wait for the candlestick to take profit. Of course, please do your own risk management. Remember to always move your stop loss to the entries level once you got the profit doing. Alright, this is how you can save your position so that you don't lose the money. Last one before we end the video, this is the Thai USDT. This is a very major updates that I need to let you know, because for the current Pi, it has successfully, or we can say this is a bull trap over here, where there are a very long weak candle showing up here, and using the SMA, the simple moving average, this is a 200 days of the SMA, and for the current candlestick, they are struggling to break off this area. So once this is a descending triangle formation, and for the current Pi, for the current movement, it has to be broken off and standing firmly on the next couple of hours on this red line before we see a new shifting direction, which is the uptrend direction for the Pi. This will be a very good news ahead for everybody in supporting Pi, and of course, I'm one of them. So let's jump a quick one to the Ethereum. Ethereum is where the current institution and also all the wealth and all the market makers, they are channeling all the money, all the fund into the Ethereum at this moment. Because for the altcoins, on the previous video that we mentioned, for the second requirement for the altcoins to activate, we need to see all the funds channeling into the Ethereum. So on the last couple of days, on the last 24 hours, we are looking super ultra bullish for the current Ethereum. And of course, we are hoping that it can break off to the psychological number of the magic number. This is what we call the magic number, the 4,000 mark. Hopefully, for the next couple of days, Ethereum will be hitting all the way to the 4,000 area. This is such a very good opportunity for everybody to get on the train, because I need everybody to stay on the same page with us. We want to earn the money together. We don't want to lose the money to the market, so we need to trade smart. So follow us for more videos, to follow all the signals, and also to learn, to continue learning, because we need to keep on growing so that we can stand firmly on the ground. So thank you so much for watching this video. If you need to comment anything, please do so at the bottom, at the comment section. And please do us a quick favor, help us to like, share and subscribe to support the community. I hope you get rich, and I will see you on the next video.
Where crypto is hard, but Papa makes it easy.